Hey everyone, I'm LC Gamer, and welcome back to Deathmark. We just finished off Mary for the first time. We'll be covering that again in another video, probably. But for now, let's deal with the epilogue of this ending. It's been 2 months. The occasional cool breeze signals that summer is almost over. I spent my time putting the case of the mark to rest as best as I can. I put Saya to rest by burying the rabbit and contacted the surviving mark bearers. Putting the Buddha statue in places of honor was also one of those tasks. They weren't connected to the mark after all, but I couldn't just leave them there. Besides, the Nejibutsu saved me. With Yasuoka, Naiman, and Banshee's help, I carried the broken statues out of the shelter. We returned them to their rightful places. I hope Christy is happy about that. She'd been rather worried over them. In the process, I discovered that the cannon soldier was nowhere to be found. Hiru's body is also missing. Where'd they go? It remains a mystery. By now, my memory has completely returned, but I still can't think of myself as Masamune Kuju. My memories of my past feel more like I'm reading someone else's biography. Legally, I am Masamune. I inherited Kuju Mansion. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but I think I'll consider it a way to pay Saya back for saving me. About Masamune Kuju. He became head of the Kuju 7 years ago. Scholarly inclined and introverted, he wasn't the type to be very social. He left all public appearances to Saya Kuju, so not many knew what he looked like. The only photos of him are from small local newspapers. Masamune accidentally uncovered Mary in the family warehouse 5 years ago. That discovery changed his life. I traveled extensively abroad in order to learn more about Mary. In one country, I got into an accident and fell into a coma for half a year. Even worse, that country proceeded to treat me as an unidentified traveler. Wow. I don't know if that was merely my terrible luck, or if Mary's curse had something to do with it. Both. I don't know. When I was finally able to contact home, Saya had already become the new head. The rest was as the tape said. I had no idea that Mary's power was far greater than I had imagined. All of my efforts to suppress her power were completely useless. My memories unraveled faster than I thought. How did Mary come to be in the first place? One theory says a doll maker in the 19th century used magic to create her. Another says a spirit of a young girl who died prematurely took up residence in a doll. In the end, it's still a mystery. No one knows what happened to create a doll like that. We only know that each of Mary's owners died tragic deaths. Shortly after the turn of the 20th century, she came to be owned by the head of the Kujus. Oh boy. He either didn't know the curse or simply didn't believe it. Disasters began befalling the family. Mary gained enough power to become sentient and produce spirits. Then the tragedy in the shelter happened. The seething grudges of the experiment, victims, and the Buddha statues. They may have triggered her awakening. Whatever Mary's true identity is, the fact remains she altered many people's fates, mine and the mark bearers included. Speaking of, an update on the surviving mark bearers. Tsukasa is studying every day for the middle school exams next year, probably trying to forget the events of that night. It seems he's even more obsessed with studying now. Mashita bought me a drink like he promised. Seems he's thinking about becoming a private detective. He actually asked me if I wanted to join him. Is he serious? I don't know for sure. Suzu was able to see her father. I'm really happy for her, but asking a single guy like me for advice on couples reconciling is probably not the wisest idea. Ita has gone back to surfing the BBS every day as usual, but what's new is he's been stopping by the city employment center. I guess he wants to get a steady job and be a role model for Suzu. Best luck to him. Yasuoka is still working as a fortune teller in Giza. She's also taking time to help take care of the families of the mark's victims. After he helped clear out the statues, Damon's condition worsened and he's hospitalized. I think he worked himself too hard. Banshee Ito gave up on living in that shelter after everything that happened. He still treks down there occasionally to pray for Hiru. All the mark bearers who became victims, all for the sake of the terror Mary sought. Whenever I remember them, my chest aches and I can't help but think, is it possible? Do they bear a dark grudge against me for surviving? I'm so sorry. Many times have I murmured that useless and meaningless apology, but I became more determined each time. All I can do now is make sure that that tragedy never happens again. For that, I need to hurry my preparations for putting the Neji Butsu inside Mary. The Neji Butsu alone won't be enough to continue sealing her power in the years to come. I must prepare extra spiritual measures. It's taken a long time to get those ready, but today I finally finished. Did the mansion just lose power? What's going on? What is this feeling? My arm. It's burning. Why is the mark... What's happening? Calm down. I need to calm down. First, I need to get a grasp on my situation. That's how I survived this long. A horrible, familiar noise echoes in the hall. And that's one of the endings. Oh boy. So, even Yashiki didn't make it out. Well, I think I'll fast forward through the credits here, and we'll see what's at the end of them.
So I'll see you guys on that.
Alright, there's nothing after the credits except for a save screen, and then it immediately throws you into the New Game Plus. But I did unlock the gallery. Other than that, nothing new. But I think I'll leave the video here for now, and I'll see you guys in the next one when we continue with a rematch against, well, Mary, and see if there's any new dialogue. If there's not, oh well, and then we'll get to see the second ending. So until then, see you guys.